This right here is what I call a framing jig. Made it out of some scrap 2x4 that I had lying around. This is basically my right-hand man when I frame. If you're anything like me, you don't frame that often. I'm mostly in my wood shop. But when I do frame, it's usually on my own home, like we are here. This is my basement. Welcome. And I'm by myself. So having a third hand is huge. But not only is this thing a third hand, it can help save you some time on laying out your studs for your walls. So allow me to explain. This is a quick little mock-up. This is a 4-foot board from here to here. So what you do is pretend that this board here is going to be into a corner of your wall. That's going to be mounted, you know, flush to the edge here. And the goal here is to end so that when you have a piece of drywall that's going to go all the way to here, right to the edge of the corner, and then it needs to split this stud so that another sheet of drywall can come. To do this, I use this. So I cut one of these boards here at 13 5/8. This is the important part for your layout. That's going to be for your first one. Now that's not going to give you a 16-inch center from here to here, but what it is going to do is give you a 16-inch center for all the studs to follow. So let me explain that. Basically, to make this jig, I just cut a 16-inch piece of 2x4 for this center here. Then I cut a 14.5-inch 2x4, nail it to a side. It's centered, which will put it at 3/4 of an inch from each edge. That 14.5 inches in between each stud will be 16-inch centers on every stud. But for this first one, you only use this once on a wall, but this will be cut at 13 5/8 of an inch. And the reason being is like I was just explaining. 13 5/8 here, and then you're gonna flip it. See if I can't do this one-handed, and start using the 14.5-inch side. And now you'll end up on 16-inch centers the whole way through. Now what's great about this tool, more so than that, is that when I am stick building, which you often have to do in your basements, you can't necessarily just stand up every wall that you build on the floor. I can put this in here. As you can see, it works. And not only will it help me hold the board, it helps me keep the board flush to the front of the bottom or top plate, as well as keep it square. And then I just simply have to take my nail gun and tag it in. Hopefully I just showed you a video of me doing that. You gotta forgive me. It is hot down here, and if I have a fan on, you can't hear me. Anyway, so this is a super handy tool that will help you frame. This is not for the framer. You do not frame your house with this. There is nothing more reliable than your tape measure. The thing that isn't reliable is you. But when you're by yourself and you're able to have something like this, that you're able to hold the board up, shoot it, you're not sitting there holding a board like that you're about to toenail a 16-penny nail into, right into your hand. This thing's doing it all for you. So it's a third hand. It truly is so helpful. The disclaimer I will give is do not run 12 feet of wall with this without double checking. I have a length of 25 feet, I believe, on this wall. And I built this wall in 4 sections. And basically, I would just check every 6 feet to make sure you're not off a 30-second, a 30-second, a 30-second, which will add up. So you do have to check it, but you don't have to run a layout if you don't want to, just as long as you're double checking what you're doing. Whew. I'm out of breath. That's a lot of talking. So this is a no-brainer. You can make one on every job. You could add a hook to this thing so it can hang on your tool belt. I mean, it's pine 2x4. This isn't heavy. But if it's heavy for you, you know, work out a little bit. Let's get stronger. And then I like these little handle holes that I put into it. I basically chewed through these, but you could do something nice. You could even just put a cabinet handle on here or a gate latch on here or something. So long story short, I'm sweating, I'm hot. I hope this helps you on your next framing job. If it doesn't, you know, whatevs. I am sweating way too much for such an easy video. So I'm cutting it off. Make yourself one of these for your next framing job. I hope it helps you. I think it will. And thanks for watching. It's been real fun